Hello everybody, so I'm back with another video tutorial, and this time I'll be discussing another application of metaverse, and the topic this time will be ecosystem, the difference between ecosystem and how we can use metaverse to teach students stuff like this. Well, first I'll name my title ecosystem. Now I'm gonna click on select character, and I'll search for my character I've already made or something. Teacher. So there's my teacher. Hello students. Hello students. My name is Molly. My name is Molly, and I will be teaching you. My name is Molly, and I'll be teaching you difference between ecosystems. So, this is the part one. Okay, I'm gonna name it system part one. New differences in ecosystem. Now I'm gonna click on add action, and I've changed do nothing to transition to scene, and I'll add a new scene that will be a character scene. I'm gonna write the description for this character for this scene. So there are three different types of ecosystems. First one is forest ecosystem. Second one is grassland ecosystem. Third one is desert. So these are three ecosystems we have, and now I'm gonna write first. First, I will discuss. Oh, this this about forest ecosystem. Now I'm gonna click on add action. I'll change do nothing to transition to scene and add a new scene. That will be a character scene. Now I'm gonna click on this. So for this scene, I've already managed or written my dialogues. So this is the dialogue I will be using. The forest ecosystem is typically associated with land masses covered in trees. So whatever area is covered in huge amount of trees is called forest ecosystem. Now I'm gonna click on this, and I'm gonna change do nothing to transition to scene and add a new scene that will be a character scene. This time I'll explain grassland ecosystem. For that I'm gonna copy what I've written before. So I'm gonna copy this, and so grassland ecosystem consists of trees or shrubs that land. The land is dominated by grasses and grasses like plants. So then now I'm gonna click on add action, and I'll change do nothing to transition to scene, and for that I'll add a new scene that will be a character scene. Now I'll describe. Now I'm gonna describe desert ecosystem. Desert ecosystem. So now I'm gonna paste this stuff. Okay, so desert ecosystem is a community of organisms that live together in an environment that seem to be deserted wasteland. I'm gonna click on add action, and so now I'm gonna I've made a silly mistake. I'm gonna cover it up. I'm gonna add here forest ecosystem, and here I'm gonna add grassland, and here I'm gonna add desert ecosystem. Okay, so now I'm gonna click on this and it'll change do nothing to transition to scene and add a new scene that will be a character scene. So I've written now I'll show you different pictures of ecosystem and I'll have to figure out which ecosystem is which pictures of which ecosystem. Now I have instruction for the and how to do this. If I know the answer I'll click on submit my answer. If I don't know the answer I'll click on the hint button. Now I'm gonna click on this and I'm gonna transition it to a scene. That will be a new scene, it will be a web view scene. So I'm gonna be choosing the grassland ecosystem for this. In the website URL thing I'll paste this URL and so there's our picture. So now I'm gonna change end experience to transition to scene and add a new scene that will be a character scene. It will say which ecosystem, which is, is this. I'm gonna write which type of ecosystem is this. I'm gonna click on add action and I'll add two actions. One will be submit answer and the other one will be whatever hints. So for that I'm gonna go click on this. I'll change do nothing to transition to scene. I'll add a new text input scene. So this is my text input scene. Write the answer below. I'm gonna write and now I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna change end experience to transition to scene and it will be a new scene. It will be I'll transition to a block to check if the answer I'm looking for is right or not. I'll be using this block response contains and I'm gonna link this block. Okay, and I'm gonna click on this. I'll write my preferred answer that will be grassland ecosystem and ecosystem. And I'm gonna click on this and if my answer is like matching with the default with the answer set, it will take me to a new scene and that will so it will say well done. So now I'm gonna click on response contain again and well I'm gonna click on hints now. I'll change do nothing to transition to scene and for that I'll add a new scene that will give you the hint. That will give me the hint of student the hint. Well, I have to zoom out a bit so I can adjust this. Now zoom in again so I can write down hint land is covered by grass. So I've written the land is covered by different type of grasses or yeah, grass, whatever you could write. So now I'm gonna click on this add action button and add click, write try again and then I'll transition change do nothing to transition to scene and I'll transit this to the scene number 9. I'm gonna transition it to scene number 9. So now all of this is linked. So I'm gonna click on response contain and well it's not loading at the moment. I'll refresh my web page. Okay, now I'm gonna click on this response contains and well done. I'm gonna click on add action and I'll change do nothing to transition to scene and this will be a new scene called web view scene and I'm gonna choose a picture of the Suran desert. I'm gonna copy this link and I'm gonna paste this link into the website URL. Okay, so now I'm gonna deal. So well, I'm gonna zoom out now, and the response contain thing is finally working. I don't know how, but still does. Gonna add a new scene that will be a character scene. Now I'm gonna click on add action and add try again. I'll change do nothing to transition to scene, and I'll transition it to this scene. Well, I'm gonna zoom in again, and well, whatever. I'm gonna click on this. I'll change end experience to transition to scene and add a new scene. That will be a character scene, which what? So I'm gonna write type of ecosystem as this. So now I'm gonna click on add action, and I'm gonna click on it 2 times. The first will be submit answer. The second one will be hints. For submit answer, I'm gonna click on this, and I'll change do nothing to transition to scene. Transition to a block. I'll be using response contain blocks present in the string, and I'm gonna go down string. I'm gonna be choosing response contains. I'll link the block, and well, now I'm gonna change hints into do nothing, from do nothing to transition to scene, and I'll add a new scene that will be a character scene. Hint. Sand. Less plantation. So the hints are sand and less plantation. I'm gonna click on try action, add action, and I'll be right try again. I'm gonna change do nothing to transition to scene, and well, I'm waiting for the further scene. Well, now I'm gonna click on submit my answer. I'm gonna change transition to block into transition to scene. Since I made a mistake, I'll add a new. I have to add a text input scene. I'm gonna click on this try again and transition it to this. To check if my answer is right or not, I'll change and experience to transition to block and add a new block that will be a response contain block rather than the string column. For that, I'll be using this response contain. Now I'm gonna write my entry that will be desert. So now I'm gonna click on this, and I'll add a new scene that. And now I'm gonna add a new scene for if a response doesn't match the previous one was for if a response matches to the to what I'm looking for, whatever. I'm gonna link all this stuff, and I'm gonna click on this. Finally, the block is loading. Well done. I'm gonna change do nothing to transition to scene. I'll transit this to the scene number 16 where you can write the answer again. Well, back to scene number 17. Well done. I'm gonna click on add action and I'm gonna change do nothing to transition to scene. I'll add a new web view scene, and this is the web view scene. I'm gonna copy this URL. Well, this is done at the moment, and the forest ecosystem URL is left. I'm gonna copy this and I'll paste this into this website URL. Now I'm gonna click on this and I'll change end experience to transition to scene. I'll add a new scene that will be a character scene. So which which this picture this picture represents which type of ecosystem. So now I'm gonna click on add action and I'll add two actions now. First one will be submit my submit answer. Second one will be hints one. For that I'm gonna click on this change do nothing to transition to scene. I'll add a new scene that will be like a character scene. I can use this for the hints one but not for the submit my answer since I have to use text to text input scene. I'm gonna change do nothing to transition to scene and I'll select this scene. I'm gonna click on this and I'm gonna change it to transition to scene and I'll click on a new scene that will be a text input scene. It will say write your answer below. So now I'm gonna click on this and I'll change end experience to transition to block. I'll add a new block that will be response contains. So now I'm gonna name my value. That answer will be forest. I'm gonna transition it to, well, if the answer is right, I'm gonna transition it to a new scene. Add a new scene if the answer is not right. I want another scene for that. So first I'll arrange the hints. Hints. The hint will be the land is covered by. So now I'm gonna click on this action, add action on the right, try again. I'm gonna change do nothing to transition to scene and I'll transit this to scene number 22. Sorry, scene number 22. Now if a response doesn't contain the answer, it will say wrong answer. If a response does, well, I'm gonna write try again. I'll change do nothing to transition to scene and well this to this. Now I'm gonna click on this. I'll transition this to the block and click on the block and I'm gonna link all the scenes together. So this is hopefully my last scene. It will say well done, well done. Getting the hang of it. You get it. And this is for today. This is for today's. So now I'm gonna click on add action and I'll change do nothing to end experience. This will end the experience for me. And well, this is my tutorial. I'm gonna zoom out and show you like how big this is. This is my whole tutorial. Well, hope I haven't made any mistake or something. On my device, I'll have to click on test on device and the pop-up will appear on my device. So there is the pop-up. Okay, her name is Molly and he'll be teaching me about ecosystems. Okay. 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 So these are like the main instructions. If I know the answer, I have to click on submit my answer. If I don't, I have to click on the hints button. So this is the web URL. So this is a grassland ecosystem, and for that I'm gonna click on next, and I'll submit my answer. Then submit answer. So the name of the ecosystem is grassland ecosystem, and well, this is the right answer, and well done. So now I'm up for the next question. So this is like the desert ecosystem, and I'm gonna click on next, and I'm gonna write the answer quickly. Submit answer, and for that I'm gonna click on. So this is my answer, desert ecosystem. I hope this is right. This answer was right. So this is the next picture, and it is supposed to be a forest ecosystem. Well, the number of trees are too much, and okay, I don't know the. So I'm gonna test the hint button if this works or not. Okay, I'm gonna try again. So my answer will be, the hint was that most of the land is covered by trees. So the answer will be forest ecosystem. So this is like, well done, you're getting the hang of ecosystem. This is for today's lecture. Okay. So this is for today's tutorial, and I'll be back with the part 2 of this tutorial, in which I will be explaining ecosystem more, like further in depth. So bye for now.